Now let us solve some numericals from the topic refraction. Before that, one question answer I will discuss from page number 86, question number 12. Page number 86, question number 12. Two prisms are kept like this and a light ray falls, oblique light ray falls on it. Then how the light ray will emerge out from the two prisms. I will read the question. Two identical prisms P and Q, this is P and this is Q, are placed as shown in the figure. Complete the ray diagram to show the refraction till the ray AB emerges out from the prism Q. Okay, so this ray will undergo refraction it refracts while entering from air to glass. Then the emergent ray will come out. This is the refracted ray, this is the emergent ray. Now the emergent ray enters into second prism Q, then it will refract. I told already in the previous video, when a light ray passes through a prism, always it bends towards the base of the prism. Here is the base of the prism, so it will bend towards the base. Final ray will be bending towards the base. So this is how the light ray comes out from the prism Q. Now page number 87, let us solve some numericals from that page. First question, page number 87, question number 1. A ray of light incident at an angle 40 degree on an equilateral prism suffers minimum angle of deviation. That means this is the prism. It is an equilateral prism, so this angle of prism is 60 degree. Equilateral prism means all the three sides are equal, three angles are 60 each. A light ray falls at an angle of 40 degree. That means I1 angle of incidence is 40 degree and it suffers minimum angle of deviation. When a prism is kept at minimum deviation position, its refracted ray will go parallel with the base and the emergent ray makes an angle equal to angle of incidence. This is only for minimum deviation position. This angle of incidence and angle of emergence are equal. Calculate the value of this angle of deviation, means delta. To mark delta, extend the incident ray and emergent ray. This angle is known as angle of deviation. That you have to find out. Use the formula I1 plus I2 is equal to A plus delta. I1, I2, A are given. Delta you can find out. Second question. A ray of light falls normally on an equilateral prism and emerges out in a grazing manner. Find angle of incidence at the first and second surface of the prism. Again equilateral prism it is. And it is given that a ray of light falls normally. Then what will happen if a light ray falls normally on any on the surface of any optical medium? It goes undeviated, so it will go straight. Since the ray is falling normally, it goes undeviated and it falls on the second face of the prism. Let me name the prism as ABC. AB is the first face of the prism and AC is the second face of the prism. And it emerges out in a grazing manner, means This is the normal. Here it comes out. Okay. Find out the angle of incidence on the first and second phase. This AB is the first phase. Their angle of incidence. How will you calculate? Angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and normal. Here both are same. Since light ray is falling normally, the normal and incident ray are same. So angle of incidence on the phase AB is 0 degree. Then angle of incidence on the second phase. AC is the second phase. There what is the angle of incidence on the phase AC you have to calculate. On the phase AC I have drawn the normal. Angle between this incident ray and incident ray means for the phase AC this is the incident ray. Angle between this ray and normal, this angle we have to calculate. It is given that it is an equilateral prism. So this angle is 60 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So what will be this angle? 30 degree. Total of 3 angles is 180. Then this total angle is 90 degree. Out of that this much is 30 means remaining is 90 because total must come as 90. So on phase AC angle of incidence is 60 degree. Next, third question. A ray of light passes through an equilateral prism of refractive index 1.5 and suffers minimum angle of deviation. Find the angle of refraction at the first surface and angle of incidence on the second surface. Diagram of minimum deviation position. This is how the light ray passes, and this prism, its refractive index is given 1.5. Suppose minimum angle of deviation, and since it is equilateral prism, this angle A is 60 degree. Okay, you are asked to find out what is the angle of refraction on the first surface. AB is the first surface. Their angle of refraction you have to find out. Draw the normal. This is angle of refraction on the first surface. The symbol which we use is R1. So you are asked to find out R1. What is the angle of refraction on the first surface and angle of incidence at the second surface? AC is the second surface. There the angle of incidence means, this is how to draw it. Draw the normal. This is the angle of incidence for the phase AC. R2 is the symbol. So R1 and R2 you are asked to find out in this question. And it is given that this prism is kept at minimum deviation position. At minimum deviation position, R1 and R2 are equal. And you know the formula, R1 plus R2 is equal to A. And R1 and R2 are equal. So I am giving the same symbol R. Both angles are equal. So R plus R is equal to A. 2R is equal to A. So R is equal to A by 2. A is 60 degree by 2. So this both angles are 30 degree each. Now, let us discuss some numericals from page number 89. First question. Apparent depth of a swimming pool is 9 feet and real depth is 12 feet. Find the refractive index of water. Real depth and apparent depth are given. Refractive index is equal to real depth upon apparent depth. So you can find out the refractive index. Direct substitution in the formula. Next question. Question number 2. A coin is placed at the bottom of a beaker filled with water up to a height of 30 centimeter. Means in a beaker, water is taken. This is the water level. Height of water is 30 centimeter. Calculate the apparent depth of the coin and apparent shift in the position of the coin. The coin is placed at the bottom of the beaker and I am marking the position as O, and when you look from outside you will see the coin in another position O dash, and this distance we call as apparent depth. Let me mark this point as A. From O dash to A, the distance we call as apparent depth. Distance from O to A is known as real depth. Okay, and the refractive index of this water is given 4/3. Then how will you find out apparent depth of the coin? Apparent depth means O dash A you have to find out, and also the shift happened. Shift means O dash. That is called shift. So we have to find out these two from the question. How will you proceed? Refractive index of this water is real depth upon apparent depth. R represents real depth, that is OA. A means apparent depth, that is O dash A. So you substitute the values. Here real depth is 30 centimeter, that is depth of water. Okay, so refractive index 4/3 is equal to real depth, that is OA, is 30 centimeter upon apparent depth. So apparent depth is equal to 30 into 3/4. Calculate it in, you will get the answer in centimeter. Apparent depth. This is apparent depth. You will get, and real depth you are knowing. So from real depth, subtract this apparent depth, then you will get the shift. This shift you will get when you subtract apparent depth from real depth. Next questions 3 and 4, already we discussed it in the theory. Now from page number 90, question number 4. I will read the question. A bird sits on a branch of tree at a height of 40 centimeter from the surface of water and sees a fish which is at a depth of 16 centimeter. Suppose this is the water surface. Okay, means the fish is at a depth of 16 centimeter. Here water is there. The fish is underwater at a depth of 16 centimeter. Here there is a tree. And the bird is sitting. B represents the position of the bird. This bird is at a height of 40 centimeter from the water level. This is the water level. This height is 40 centimeter from water level. This is water level. From water level, at a distance of 40 centimeter, a bird sits on a tree. From there, the bird is looking at the fish. Fish is 16 centimeter below water. Now, next sentence. Refractive index of water is 4/3. Calculate the apparent distance of fish seen by the bird. Apparent distance of the fish. That means where, at what depth this bird will be seeing the fish. Here fish is the object and bird is the observer. So the medium in which object is located is the first medium, where the observer is, that is the second medium. Observer is in air medium, object is in water medium. Okay, then how we will find out the apparent position or apparent depth of the fish? You know, this fish, this is the real position of the fish, and the fish will be seen at another position. This is the real position, but when the bird looks from there, the fish will be seen in a raised position. This is apparent position. What is this distance? Apply the formula. Refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium is real depth upon apparent depth. Here refractive index of first medium is water, with respect to air, it is given already, is equal to real depth by apparent depth. This value is given as 4/3 is equal to real depth of the fish is 16 centimeter upon apparent depth is unknown. So A is equal to 16 into 3/4. That means 12 centimeter. This depth is apparent depth of the fish seen by the bird is 12 centimeter. So you are finally asked to find out what is the distance from the bird to the apparent position of the fish. Already this distance is 40 centimeter. Again 40 plus 12. So total distance is 52 centimeter. The apparent position of the fish is 52 centimeter distance from the bird. So these are the numericals from the topic refraction. You can try the numericals and question answers in your notebook. Okay, thank you.